Oh yeah, man, I have to miss that. But no, I think I might have even played that. Maybe not this year, obviously. Or I would know that. But I think maybe. No, sorry, I gotta go home. I got another gig in New York. Oh. Yeah. Can we already did the hug. Can we do the hug maybe later? I didn't mean it like that. So that was my #1 rule. One was like, if you're gonna ask that, did I have a rule? I didn't have a rule. All right, yeah. Everyone's waiting. Will he hug her? Will he not? What will it be? I can't take the pressure.
Sing her happy birthday.
That's a good compromise.
Yeah.
What would you prefer, a hug or happy birthday?
Happy birthday.
All right, that makes things easy for me. Happy birthday it is. Ready? Young bullet and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. You asked for a hug, but instead you got this. Next.
I have 2 questions.
Okay, where are you?
I'm over here.
Hello? Where?
Right here. First question is...
Tell us a little about yourself first. What's your name? Are you in college or do you go to school here? What's your major? Do you have a major? Are you deciding? Do you know what you want to be? Do you play a sport, have a hobby? Do you like the beach?
So much to say.
Okay.
My name is Sharon.
All right.
I live in Surfside.
All right. Surfside? Anyone from Surfside here? This doesn't sound so hot.
I was a student a long time ago. I'm actually on the faculty now at medical school.
Cool.
Anything else you want to know?
Do you ever tell people you're in medical school and then they say like, all right, can you check me out? Or do you have a stethoscope on you?
I'm not that kind of doctor.
What'd you say? You're not what? What? Okay,
Next question.
Next question. Right over my head. Okay. Anyway, did you have a question?
I have 2.
Okay. And now you think you can ask 2 questions, correct?
You asked 2, I'll ask 2.
I asked more than 2.
She's that kind of doctor.
Do you meet Adam? Is the first question.
You know Adam, don't you?
I do know Adam.
Okay. Friend of Adam's is a friend of mine.
And my second question is, how do you manage and balance your lifestyle and your family?
Not very well. I'm working on that still. But the answer to the first question is, Adam was one of the first people who brought me to do a show. He used to go to a Wash U in St. Louis. So he was a promoter there, like a similar situation as this, and flew me out and we became buds. And started playing music together. And balance is really tough. You got any ideas?
Just breathe.
I think we all are a little bit, maybe. No, what's exactly like balancing doing the music and all that? You gotta bounce around and jump into different worlds, different communities, and I guess having family really, grounds me and keeps me kind of coming back to something focused. Having kids, obviously, you don't want to screw them up, so you gotta kind of be careful what you do. And I love my kids. I love hanging out with them. And I don't know. I guess I just I don't try too hard. I just try to live life and do the things I like and be involved in the things that I'm involved in, and don't try to overthink too much. Like, how to do this and that. Little things come up, little questions and issues. I got little things going on inside me, but for the most part, I just try to like someone said there, breathe, walk, eat, drink, you know, all those things. Just stay simple, keep it simple, and, you know, try to stay inspired and write good songs.
Good evening. Good.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, thank you. I've been listening to your music for a long time, and one of the most interesting parts for me is the beatboxing. So my question, listening to it, it always has this like meditative type sound to it. So my question is, what does beatboxing mean to you? What does it mean to your music? Is it a sort of prayer, or what does it mean to you basically?
It just means I never learned how to play an instrument. And that's kind of the only way I can express my music is through my mouth. So, no, really, I started beatboxing when I was like in high school with friends. My friends rapped, and I was like the anti-rap hippie guy, but who still listened to rap. And I found like they'd be freestyling. I didn't really know how to do that, so when we were hanging out, I just started doing the beatboxing, and then I realized I was pretty good at it. And then, you know, my ultimate experience with beatboxing was on a gel tab one night at a rainbow gathering, and I forgot what I was saying. You guys aren't very hip to the drug jokes. No, I had this experience once where I was sitting around a fire, and everyone was drumming all night long, and all the drums was like, you know, going. I was dancing, I think, around the fire, and then the next thing that happened, I was in the fire. No, I'm just kidding. Next thing, I just remember I was like sitting back, and I was hanging out with some people, like 2 or 3 people, and the sun was coming up, and all the drumming from all night was just, you know, circulating in my head, and I just started doing the beatboxing, the drumming, and then I started hearing just melodies, and there was no music on or anything, but I actually was hearing melodies and seeing like colors, and the whole thing. It's funny, I know it's funny. But it's a real answer, and I started to realize like I could see the drums as I was doing them, so I could see the space. I could see like if you would, you know, technically speaking, like, you know, if you like hip hop music, the kick drum falls sometimes a little early, and the snare drum falls a little late behind the beat, which is what gives it that pocket. And the bigger that pocket is, the more dope it sounds, pretty much. But I remember having that moment where I realized, like, oh, if I do that, it gives it this sound. If I do that, and I can have a bass line come in and different registers of sound, and I was like painting a whole picture through the beatboxing, you know, through sound and music, and so that's kind of where I always come back to when I'm beatboxing. I always try to come back to that moment, that experience where, you know, you just really not doing something because it's tricky or doing something that's, you know, hard. It's just about ease and the flow, like you said, kind of meditative. All right. Yeah. I think maybe we'll do